Dragon Quest series is massive in Japan, but seems to have flown under the radar a bit in the West, with the Final Fantasy series dominating sales over the years. After failing to localize Dragon Quest X completely, this time around Square Enix created quite a bit of hype for us foreigners, and I'm happy to say that this hype was well met. Dragon Quest XI is a quality, meaty RPG that provided me with many hours of fun. While certainly far from revolutionary, the traditional elements all work well together to create one of the must-play JRPGs this year. If you haven't jumped on the Dragon Quest train, this is a good place to start, and here's why. You play the role of an unnamed hero who lacks any personality at all. Personally, I hate it when story-driven games do this. Give me an actual developed character any day. This aside, Mr. Personality has had a tough upbringing. When you were a cutesy little bub, your parents tucked you into a basket and sent you off to float down the river, just as any good parent should do. Luckily, you were brought up by a decent couple in a small village where you lived a quiet, normal life for many years. But what good RPG is about living a quiet, normal life for many years? Mr. Personality soon discovers that he is a luminary, a force of light born to fight evil in the world. Good timing too, because evil has decided to pop up once again, leaving you to fulfill the prophecy and save the world. This story is basic, and saving the world from a reincarnation of evil is pretty much the gist of it. There are a few standout moments in the narrative, but it's the cast of characters that are the real heroes here. Apart from the main hero, each of the main characters are well voiced and have a decent amount of plot dedicated to them. Learning about these characters and their involvement in the overarching narrative was always engaging, but one thing to note is that the original Japanese version did not have voice acting at all, so the inclusion of this for the English release was a huge bonus, as the accents and tones really help bring these characters to life. Dragon Quest XI is beautifully presented. It doesn't take long for you to be able to journey out into the world, and boy oh boy is it a feast for the eyes. The cities, the fields and the dungeons all look amazing, and exploring them is a treat. From an audio point of view, I mentioned before that the voice acting is excellent and some of the musical tracks are too, but I just didn't feel that there was enough variety here. At times it felt like the same track was being played too often, and this lack of variation made these music tracks feel too repetitive. Random encounters seem to be a thing of the past with most modern titles, and I'm glad to see this. Dragon Quest XI has its enemies scattered around the dungeons and fields, allowing you to strike with your sword to gain some initial damage. However, for some reason, random encounters are present when you're sailing your ship, and I found this both odd and annoying. I'll be honest, it seems that Dragon Quest XI did very little in creating an innovative battle system. It's pretty much the basic turn-based battles that we've been playing for the past 25 years. Wait your turn, attack or select a spell or ability, then wait your turn again, and so on. You are given the opportunity to move your characters around the battlefield, but there is no strategic value in this whatsoever. I'm still not sure why this functionality exists at all. The only real unique aspect here is the pep powers. These kind of work like the limit breaks of old. After a while, a character will be pepped up, which increases their stats and unlocks some more powerful abilities. This is all well and good, and they look really cool too, but they are just way too random. There is no gauge to indicate when you'll be pepped up, it just kinda happens at random. I think this could have been utilized way more effectively. Overall, the battle system doesn't present anything innovative. It does its job, but that's about it. Your party of heroes can be upgraded through skill trees and their equipment. The skill tree system is pretty standard. It allows each character to upgrade their skills in a number of areas such as greatswords or magic. However, it's the equipment and forging system that really stands out here. Through searching the world high and low, you'll find designs for equipment that can be forged provided you have the right materials. Existing equipment can also be upgraded to level 3. In most games, I feel the need to save my materials for future equipment down the track, but DQ11 system encouraged me to forge and upgrade as much as possible, and this was great. But I think the best thing here is that actually creating and upgrading your equipment requires strategy. Using various forging abilities and managing your focus points in order to get all of the gauges to the ideal level is a lot of fun. And this is so rewarding when your forging results in perfection. As any great JRPG should, Dragon Quest XI gives a player a load of extra content to dig into. Most notably is a significant amount of post-game content which continues the story with a bit of a twist. Personally, I'm not a fan of post-game content. When I see the credits roll, that should be time to celebrate and relax. It's kinda like finishing up on a 3-hour exam only to have your professor throw a second paper in your face and say, "You're not really done." When not working through the story or post-game, you can take on many side quests, hunt the world for hidden medals, forge the best equipment, or spend all of your hard-earned cash on stupid slot machines. There is a lot of content here, and Dragon Quest XI does a great job in this area. I really hope that the success of Dragon Quest XI in the West will encourage Square Enix to localize DQ10 in the future, because I had a load of fun with Dragon Quest XI and I want more. The well-voiced cast of heroes all have their place and help keep the plot interesting. The incredibly beautiful world is full of loads to do and is a joy to explore. And the equipment forging system is also worthy of praise. Who would have thought that banging a hammer could be so fun? Dragon Quest XI is a solid game and doesn't have any real standout issues. There are, however, a few things that aren't up to the standard of some of the stronger points, such as a simplistic battle system and repetitive soundtrack. But if you're into JRPGs, then this is simple. Dragon Quest XI is a must play. This was Hellfire RPGs. Thanks for watching. What did you think of Dragon Quest XI? Is it the best JRPG this year? Let me know in the comments. If you liked this review, hit like and subscribe for more RPG content. Also check out my Facebook page. See you next time.